Alright guys, welcome back here to LJ Reactions. And right off the bat, I want to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel recently, who's been from the Dean Ambrose return video. We got some nice comments. We got some people who saying comments about saying, you know nothing about the business. Raw may be trash, scripted, but it's making the most money. Yeah, we know it's making the most money. We know they're making the most money ever. Freaking cutting the grass over here. Yeah, we know they're making the most money ever. But listen here, the ratings that they've been getting on Raw and SmackDown recently, yeah, keep showing the same stuff going on and going on. Couple years, you keep messing around with New Japan and Ring of Honor. Eventually, the people there are going to go watch that stuff. Keep playing around. So, they make all the money they want. But if you keep forcing us to see Roman Reigns get the same spot over a Seth Rollins, over a Braun Strowman, or even over a Finn Balor, you keep playing around. Couple years, see what happens. Fox may drop SmackDown just like that in a Thanos snap. Now, this is going to be the SummerSlam and NXT Brooklyn 4 preview and predictions. But before we get into that, guys, SummerSlam. I look back at SummerSlam past history. My favorite SummerSlam of all time was 2002. Comment down below, guys, what is your favorite SummerSlam of all time? Mine has always been 2002. That was the one we had The Rock versus Brock Lesnar for the Undisputed title. We had what? Again, opening match of that SummerSlam was Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio. Also in that show, you had Ric Flair versus Chris Jericho. And then, of course, probably one of my favorite Shawn Michaels matches of all time, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H in an unsanctioned match. Like, that just alone right there is better than this whole... That match alone is probably going to be better than this whole year's SummerSlam. Just alone. But before I start off my preview predictions for the new guys out here who's coming to the channel... God, this guy... Alright. Before I start off my videos, I like to have a little past history lesson video for you guys. So, the video I pulled up, this is probably one of my favorite video packages for any WrestleMania match, but this is going to be the interview from Stone Cold and The Rock leading up to the WrestleMania 17 match. Now, before, again, like I said, for any of my preview prediction videos, I like to give you guys a little past history lesson. So go ahead and play. This is Jim Ross interviewing The Rock and Stone Cold. So let's go ahead and roll it, people.
Defending the WWF title against Stone Cold Steve Austin in the Reliant.
One of the best matches of all time, even though people didn't like Austin turning heel. But
Rock, tonight, you have a heck of a tall order ahead of you because you're in a handicap match against two men, Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit.
Now, before you guys hear past history lesson. Now, from WrestleMania 17, this is the one where we had Stone Cold. He turned on The Rock. Well, he didn't turn on The Rock. He paired himself with Vince McMahon. And then The Rock lost the belt to Austin in that match, WrestleMania 17, which went on to have the Triple H and Stone Cold power trip. But Triple H got injured and that's when he tore his quad. And then The Rock went off to go, I believe The Rock went to go off to go film Scorpion King. That's what he went to go. He went to go film off Scorpion King. But again, do you see stuff just like this? Why couldn't they have a Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar sit down in between Michael Cole and have an interview? Like, that could hype up the match alone, but they don't do stuff like this anymore, man. They don't do it like they used to. Let's continue here, people.
As ordered by Commissioner Regal. Now, Steve, I don't know how much stroke I have with the commissioner these days, but would you be willing to step up and be the Rock's tag team
Stone Cold
partner?
attitude, man.
You don't have to ask Stone Cold that. You should ask me that. I don't need a partner. I don't want a partner. And at this point in time, he'd be the last guy I would ever want as a tag team partner. You're going to answer all my questions. Did you ask me the question?
Yes, I did.
You're going to answer all my questions?
Well, perhaps I should have asked The Rock the question. So, obviously, it wasn't a good question, and that's my responsibility.
Jim Ross was great, man.
WrestleMania, April 1st. Without a doubt, this is the most eagerly anticipated main event in WrestleMania history. This certainly could be the biggest WrestleMania in World Wrestling.
And Jim Ross speaking facts. He knew beforehand because, okay, there's always been a debate. Was the best WrestleMania of all time? To me, looking at the cards, if you look at the cards strategically, 17, and to me, 19 is my favorite WrestleMania of all time. I love 19. If you look at 17 compared to 19, match order, I mean, you could say match card, I like 19 overall over 17 because 17 you just had pretty much, you had The Rock Austin, you had the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, Hardy's, the Triple Threat TLC match. You had Shane versus Vince, and you had Triple H versus The Undertaker. Okay, those were the 4 big matches on WrestleMania 17. You go over to 19, Rock versus Austin again, Hogan versus Vince, Angle versus Brock Lesnar, and then Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels. See, you're going tit for tat. I like 19, but personally, some people love 17 over 19. Let's continue.
Federation history as well. What does Rock the WWF Championship as a professional? What does it mean to you, being the WWF champion? What does that title mean to you?
Well, being the WWF champion solidifies the fact that you are at the mountaintop. Solidifies the fact I grew up in the industry.
Another quick question here. Has Roman Reigns ever been asked that question? But anybody, has even Roman said in any of his promos leading up to facing Brock Lesnar for the, 5th fucking time? Has he even been said what the title means to him? The only thing Roman has said is that Brock Lesnar's a part-timer. He's disrespecting the belt. If I was him, I had the belt, I'd be here every single day busting my butt for you guys. But he's never answered the question, what does the Universal title mean to you, Roman? Why are you fighting for the Universal title? What does it mean to you? Stuff like that we don't get in. I'm not blaming Roman Reigns for the promo. I'm just saying, people know how to get people over. Vince knows what to do to get Roman Reigns over. He's strategically not doing it. He's fighting against the grain. Stuff like this. Have Roman come out and say what the belt means to him. Remember, back in the day, when Triple H used to be even fighting for the belt or defending the belt, he would tell you in every single promo what the belt means to him. That was a good thing about Triple H being a heel or being a babyface. He would tell you every single promo what the belt means to him. Let's continue this promo.
That's the reason why I'm here in the WWF. So being the WWF champion solidifies the fact that I'm the absolute best.
Yeah.
Steve, on SmackDown last week, you spoke of this hellacious journey personally for you back. Have you changed your thoughts about what this match means in the last 7 days since we talked about it?
Well, I didn't change a damn thing about what I thought. It means Stone Cold Steve Austin is back. And stop talking about it. The journey's over. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock for the World Wrestling Federation title. That's what it is.
It certainly seems to me, and certainly not degrading the WWF title, because that's it. Anybody that passes through the doors of the WWF, as you have said, Steve, should be here for one thing and one thing only, that's to become the WWF champion.
Facts again by Jim Ross. Now, I don't know if you guys watched JD from Y206. He's the reason why I started doing this YouTube with wrestling content. But something that he always said that I agree with, there should really be only one belt. Now, for example, let's just say there was only one belt. There was a WWE title. Let's just say, for example, Brock Lesnar was the WWE champion. Let's just say, for example. You would have AJ, Samoa Joe. I mean, you have so many people contending for that belt. But then again, having one champion, looking at it, let's say Brock Lesnar was the WWE champion. That'd be the way he actually couldn't physically be WWE champion because it couldn't kind of work. But I think there should be only one WWE champion. I think there should be only one set of tag team titles. Should be only one women's champion. You could work your way around all that stuff. For example, AJ versus Samoa Joe could be a number one contenders match this Sunday. Or Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar with the W title be the main event. You can work your way down the card, but I think there should be only one champion. I think it works better that way. Again, you could float from show to show. Like back in the day when The Rock was the undisputed champion when he was going to face Brock Lesnar, he was originally on SmackDown, but he made his way over to Raw. I think it could work, but let's continue this great promo.
But it seems to me that thanks to Mr. McMahon assigning Stone Cold's wife, Deborah, as The Rock's manager.
And comment down below, was Deborah Lee actually really Stone Cold's wife?
Heightened, to me, the personal animosity, the personal issue between the two of you.
Well, it's heightened a lot of things. It's heightened the animosity, professional as well as personal. The fact of the matter is this, is I never asked for Deborah to be my manager, never wanted Deborah to be my manager, and I'll go on the record as saying I have no problem with Deborah personally or professionally for that matter. But the fact of the matter is this, is she's not my responsibility. She's not my wife. She's your wife.
Oh, look at this. Look at Stone.
Let me go on record as saying that I don't like the fact that my wife is your manager because there's a conflict of interest there. If she's supposed to be your manager and I'm wrestling you for the World Wrestling Federation Championship at WrestleMania, yeah, that's a problem. That's a big problem.
It's a big problem.
But I expect that my wife should have a career and all more power to her. I'm getting a little worked up here. I'm just trying to settle down. And I'll tell you right now, I don't like the tone of your voice when you mention my name or my wife.
Stone Cold like a tone of your voice.
You might want to take a little bass out of your voice.
Well, I might not.
Let me go ahead and cut you off here. Let's just go ahead and take Deborah out
Oh,
of the
man.
Bam, she's non-factor. The fact is, Rock, you got the WWF title, and I want it. Can we change the scenario? No. There's no.
And then again, back to the promo. Look, they're focusing on WWE title. The WWE title was the main point in their feud. Like, Stone Cold won the Rumble. The Rock beat Kurt Angle in No Way Out. Boom, collision course. But again, another thing that I didn't. I was going back through the Attitude Era on the WWE Network. Triple H did beat Stone Cold in the 3 Stages of Hell. I'm saying, why was he not included? That's true. It could have been a triple threat match. Triple H, The Rock, and Austin. But then again, you probably still could have done the heel turn with Stone Cold Steve Austin. But I'm just like going back and I'm like, damn, Triple H really was true. He should have been included. But again, the match against Undertaker was still a pretty damn good match at WrestleMania 17.
Don't even worry about that. Just don't even go there. You got what I want. Enough said about that.
People are wondering what this animosity. Do you hate each other? Personally, what do you think of this man? He is the champion. Personally, as a human being.
Personally, what I think about The Rock?
Right.
He's probably a wonderful human being and a credit to the human race and a lot of people's views. In my opinion, I could care less about The Rock. Personally.
Your thoughts on Stone Cold as a human being, Rock? I know you're...
It's no mystery. There's no mystery how I feel about Stone Cold. There's no mystery how Stone Cold feels about The Rock. We've gone from good to bad, bad to good. We've done it all across the whole spectrum. But the fact of the matter is this: professionally, I've earned his respect. Professionally, he's earned mine. When we get in that ring together, he brings out the best in The Rock. The Rock brings out the best in Stone Cold, no question.
Mm-hmm.
Personally,
Rock, got to think about it.
I don't like him.
I don't think we need to let this
simmer
degenerate.
I'm trying to be a pro over here, right?
I hope
That ain't gonna last much longer. Keep sassing me.
Well, let's focus back on WrestleMania.
How come you never asked what the belt meant to me?
Yeah, Jim Ross.
You said what's it like to be back at WrestleMania. Ask me what the belt meant to me.
Okay, well, what does it do?
I'll paraphrase everything he said. It means I'm the number one in the industry. Bottom line. That's my opinion what the belt means to me. I just thought you should ask me the question too.
Again, guys, like I said, I mean, again, go back through the way they build their matches now these days. I mean, you just throw somebody out there. For example, I'm trying to think of somebody. Okay, Shinsuke Nakamura, for example. When he eventually lost his feud to AJ Styles, out of freaking nowhere, he gets a title shot against Jeff Hardy. Out of nowhere. You have to work your way to get title shots. You don't just automatically, you beat one guy, boom, you're no more contender. Work your way up. Back in the day, you had to literally grind, go through everything. Again, yesterday I was watching the build-up tours, if you guys remember. I don't know if you guys are too young to remember this. For example, it's still in this timeline of WrestleMania 17. This was Armageddon, before the Rumble. Armageddon. They had the 6-man Hell in a Cell match, which included Stone Cold, The Rock, Angle, Taker, Triple H, Rikishi, and I'm missing one more person. Was it Rikishi? No, actually, that was it. That's the 6. Rikishi. Everybody intertwined with everybody else. Either it was Kurt Angle was costing The Rock the title, Kurt Angle was costing Undertaker the title, or Stone Cold was being cost the title by Triple H, or Rikishi cost Stone Cold. Everybody intertwined. For example, these days, Finn Balor, for example. Finn Balor is the first ever Universal title champion. Has he ever, originally gotten his rematch one-on-one? No. Back in the day, man, you would bring that shit up. Triple H would come out and say, hey, bro, you cost me my title shot from yada, 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 yada. They would bring that stuff up in the feud, and he's like, that's true. Today, people don't care. I mean, if it's not about Roman, Brock, Vince doesn't care. Vince doesn't care. We'll get more on that to the SummerSlam preview prediction, but let's get back to this greatness.
Oh,
A little one-sided here, if you ask me.
All right, well, I'll ask you another question if you don't mind. And that question is, as the challenger, the onus is going to be on you in the Astrodome at WrestleMania because we're looking at one fall, 60-minute time limit. He's the WWF champion. He doesn't have to beat you, but you damn sure got to beat him.
Again, by Jim Ross. As being the champion, I don't have to beat you. You have to beat me. That's stuff that they don't bring up today either. For example, what was the feud that happened? I forgot which one it was. Okay, let's bring this one. Carmella versus Asuka. Carmella beat Asuka how many times? I think it was 2 times, right? One by James Ellsworth distracting Asuka. One before that, Asuka being total goober, having James Ellsworth distracted the first time. And then Carmella, boom, super kicks her and beats her. Like, back in the day, man, referee would not let any of that stuff slide. He would immediately eject you, say, you gotta go. Today's wrestling, the characters, I mean, like, that alone just frustrated me saying Asuka got beat by Carmella 2 times. that alone, man, is just like, ugh, but continue.
Strategically, does that change game plans, mindset, or is it still full speed ahead?
It's full speed ahead because when I get in there with The Rock in the Astrodome, 65,000 screaming fans watching every single move that happens in that ring, yeah, I got to beat that man. I've never wrestled an hour in my life, but if that's what it takes to get the job done, that's exactly what I'll do.
They almost didn't go for an hour, almost.
Do whatever it takes to beat The Rock. 1, 2, 3 to become the World Wrestling Federation champion.
Yep. Without revealing your hand and your strategy, your mindset as far as your approach to this as competitor to competitor.
Revealing my hand and my strategy. The fact of the matter is this, is you brought up a very good point, Jim Ross, is that The Rock doesn't have to beat Stone Cold, but Stone Cold has to beat The Rock.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm concerned, the belt is dangling, and we're both going for it. So I got one reason, and one reason only, to go inside that ring, and that is to beat Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's just that simple. Well, I'm just going to go in there and back off just because I'm the champion.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I don't want you to be on defense the whole match. I appreciate the fact that you want to beat Stone Cold as much as I need to beat you, because I don't want you on defense.
See, people, if you actually go back and watch this interview, you can see Austin's heel tendency. For example, Jim Ross asked him, The Rock doesn't have to beat you, but you have to beat him, Stone Cold. He said, I'm going to do whatever, keyword, I'm going to do whatever it takes to beat The Rock. And then now, you look back at it now, Stone Cold saying again, I'm going to do whatever it takes, no matter what, to beat you, Rock. Little foreshadowing to Vince McMahon.
It's all night long. I appreciate the fact that you want to whip my It ain't going to happen, but I appreciate your mentality.
Oh, well, I'm glad you appreciate my mentality. I'm glad you appreciate the fact that I want to whip you so much. We'll see how much you'll appreciate it on April 1st. See how much you'll appreciate it then.
This is great, man.
That little T-shirt that says "Just Bring It" on the front of it. Well, that night when you're looking up at the lights and that little T-shirt says "Just Bring It," you will know that Stone Cold just brought of it.
Yeah. Well, you got your little T-shirt right there too, Austin 316. Austin 316 says I just whipped your. Right? Well, I say just bring it. You say I just whipped your. So on April 1st, why don't you just come try and whip The Rock?
Obviously,
this is greatness, man.
Emotion, and I understand the emotion because of what's at stake. What's at stake is the WWF title at WrestleMania. But in closing this interview, and again, I appreciate your professionalism. I know it's not easy. Any closing remarks, Rock, as the champion to the challenger?
Yeah, we could talk about one fall, 2 falls, 60 minutes, 60 days. Talk about Deborah being my manager, whose responsibility it is. It's his wife. It's this is happening. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is April 1st, WrestleMania 17, the biggest of all time. Mm-hmm. The Rock and Austin, the biggest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
The fact of the matter is this, is I will give you every drop of sweat, every drop of
best
blood,
lines ever.
every ounce of energy I have. Win, lose, or draw, you are going to get the absolute best
of The Rock
at WrestleMania. And there's a reason why they call me The Rock. There's a reason why they call me the most electrifying man the world has ever seen, and all that. And there's a reason why they call me the best. Come April 1, 2 unstoppable forces will meet.
Again, if they did something like this for Roman versus Brock, it would work. But Vince wants to do this stupid stuff of Paul Heyman asking Roman, to be his manager, and Paul spraying the freaking pepper spray in his eyes, and Brock comes out and attacks him, that's not gonna make the fans cheer. Again, you had the freaking crowd out there saying, one more time, one more F5. That's not gonna get Roman over. If you did something like this at Roman versus Brock, and Roman explained why he wants to be champion, explain it to Brock Lesnar face to face, and them going back and forth, that could actually work. It could.
All questions will be answered.
Steve, your final thoughts about this match?
This is great by Stone Cold too, people. Great by Stone
Without
Cold.
getting overly sentimental, I'll go on the record as saying every single time that I've been in the ring with The Rock, he has brought out the absolute best in Stone Cold Steve Austin. So when I roll in to the Astrodome in WrestleMania on April 1st, do I want to beat you on a personal level? Oh, hell yeah, I do.
This is great, man.
But on a professional level, which bleeds over in my personal existence, I need to beat you, Rock.
See, something like this. Roman going back, singing, sorry guys for pausing, but it's irritating the freak out of me, going back, looking at this past history stuff of greatness, that Vince has lost stuff that actually works. Stuff that actually got people over. Stuff that made people care about matches. He's lost his touch. And look at Triple H is doing stuff like this, man. He's doing stuff like this that makes people get invested into NXT. This is why people love NXT, because Triple H is going back to know what really works. He's sticking to the script. Vince over here, on the other hand, is going by what he wants to do. People don't care about it, and then he expects us to watch Raw, watch SmackDown, watch SummerSlam. Hell, man. Triple H knows what's work, man. That's why everybody just cannot wait for when Vince goes do his little XFL crap, give the reins to Triple H. Triple H knows what will get people over. For example, if Triple H was booking the Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns down in NXT, I guarantee people actually would be cheering for Roman Reigns. They would.
I need it more than anything that you can ever imagine. So that's the mentality I roll into the Astrodome with. The fact that Stone Cold Steve Austin is back and that I must beat The Rock to be the World Wrestling Federation champion once again. And there is no other way. There can be only one.
WWE.
There can be only one World Wrestling Federation champion. And that will be Rock when it's all said and done. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
With all due respect.
With all due respect.
Gosh, man. 9 minutes and 50 seconds of greatness, man. Stuff that we don't get today on the main roster. We don't get this on the main roster. We really, truly don't. Now, damn, that was 22 fucking minutes alone right there. But, let's go ahead and get right into it. Come back here, guys. We're going to go ahead and kick off the preview and predictions. We're going to touch on the A show first, which is NXT. Then we'll jump into SummerSlam. So, be right back, guys. Get you some water, get you some food, whatever you need to get. We're going to touch on NXT first, and then we'll touch on the main roster's disaster of a show build right here in LJ Reactions.
Yeah. DJ Darrell. Yeah. The way we put this shit together, you know what I mean? Huncho and Darrell make the beat, you know what I mean? I got this man on the saxophone.
All right, guys, welcome back here. LJ Reactions. Now, let's get into this preview predictions. We're going to go with NXT. Right off the bat, biggest news with NXT. We all know Aleister Black is out with, he had a groin surgery, which is going to keep him out of NXT Brooklyn. Originally, the title match was going to be Gargano, Ciampa, and Black in a triple threat match. But with Aleister Black having the surgery, last week on NXT, they had to have right out the segment of somebody attacking Aleister Black and him being laid out in the parking lot. So that's what they used to write him off of TV for right now to get Gargano versus Ciampa. Now, where I think they're going to go with it. Okay, now, again, JD from Y206, love the dude. Been watching him since WrestleMania 28. No, WrestleMania 29 review he did. Been watching him since then. He's a very smart dude. Me and him, we kind of relate, man, eye to eye. But he brought up a great point. The only person that could have really taken out Aleister Black, actually, he said just two people who could have taken out Aleister Black. He said it could have been a guy like Cassius Ohno, a guy who's pretty much been doing nothing at NXT, and he wants to get back in the fray of things. It could have been Cassius Ohno. The other person he said was Tommaso Ciampa, which being that Tommaso Ciampa pretty much put himself in a situation where he had a triple threat match. So he takes out Aleister Black. That way he knows, hey, I've already beaten Johnny Gargano already before. I can do it again. So those are the two people that he brought up. Now, who do I think it's going to be? This is going to be tough because I think they're going to do this. I don't think. Well, let's go for the bat. I think they're going to go ahead and pull a Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Royal Rumble 2003 moment. Which, if you guys remember that match, Triple H and Shawn Michaels fought their last man standing match. They fought to a no contest. Nobody could reach the 10 count. Now, right off the bat, that's where I think they're going to go with this. They're going to go with a nobody gets to their feet situation, last man standing match. Then they do the triple threat match at TakeOver War Games Survivor Series weekend. So, right off the bat, that's what I think they're going to do. Now, I always do a plan B just in case if they don't go with plan A. Plan B, you pull the trigger, give the belt to Johnny Gargano. That'll be a little too early in my book, so I don't think that's going to happen. Plan C, you can go with plan C. Aleister Black maybe comes out, costs Johnny Gargano the belt. But then again, if he just does that, you go off with Gargano versus Black. Gargano finishes Black at TakeOver War Games. And then you can go down the road and move Black up to the main roster. And then you can go ahead and do your Gargano versus Ciampa NXT weekend Hell in a Cell match. That's plan C. But I'm gonna stick with plan A. I think plan A, nobody gets to their feet. And then Aleister Black comes back healthy to go. They do triple threat match at TakeOver War Games. So that's where I'm gonna go. I'm going with plan A. Okay? Nobody gets to their feet. Hey, that may be a shitty way to go off the TV, but I don't think the Brooklyn crowd would be that completely pissed. Okay? Because Triple H has not done nothing like this in a long time in NXT, which he's done something like that. So I'm going to go with plan A. Plan A, nobody gets to their feet. Gargano and Ciampa fight to a no contest. That way, you keep Johnny Gargano looking good. You keep the belt on Tommaso Ciampa, and then Black can come back. Triple threat match. Now, North American Championship. Adam Cole, baby, versus my man Ricochet. Damn, it's a tough decision. This could be match of the fucking weekend. Could be match of the weekend. Adam Cole's been the North American champion since WrestleMania weekend. You're going to have a couple title changes here. So I'm going to go with Ricochet beats Adam Cole. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say Ricochet beats Adam Cole. So I'm going to go with that. I mean, it's a tough decision to go. I love Adam Cole. I love Ricochet. But you're going to have to have, if you're going to go with the main event and have it go to a no contest, you're going to have some title changes and keep the crowd happy. So I'm going to go with Ricochet beats Adam Cole, baby. And as far as the NXT title match, I wanted to get to this here. Because JD made a damn another great point. I want to get to this here. It's going to be a list of tag teams that have moved up to the main roster and been treated like dog shit. The Ascension was the first ever tag team champions in NXT. Vaudevillains, Enzo and Cass, American Alpha, The Revival, Authors of Pain, Sanity. All treated like trash since they even moved to the main roster. Such a disgrace. As far as NXT champions, I think the Undisputed Era keeps some gold around their waist. They beat Mustache Mountain. Now, I'm going to save this one for the last one, though. EC3 versus Velveteen Dream. These are two men that actually do need a win desperately. I mean, EC3, since he's been on the NXT, he's been stuck in the middle area. Velveteen Dream has had a great gimmick, but he's not won big on any NXT pay-per-views. So this is kind of where each guy needs a fucking win. But I'm going to go with Velveteen Dream gets the win here. Because I think EC3 can move right into the NXT title championship discussion if he wins. But if he loses, what do you do with EC3? So actually, I'm going to change it. I'm going to go EC3 beats Velveteen Dream because Velveteen Dream's gimmick, every time dude comes out there, the fucking crowd goes crazy. So I'm going to go EC3 gets the win here over Velveteen Dream because EC3 actually kind of does need to win more than Velveteen Dream because Velveteen Dream's gimmick is that fucking good. So I'm going to EC3. Now, as far as the last match I want to touch on here, people. We know that first ever women's pay-per-view is coming up in October. I think it's October, right? I think it's October. It's kind of a tricky situation here because we know the NXT title would be defended in October at the first women's pay-per-view. This is kind of tough because my mindset was, since they're going to defend every single belt at the show, you can't do the four horsewomen versus the four horsewomen of NXT. You can't do that. So what do you do with Shayna Baszler if she does lose to Kairi Sane? Does she just get a rematch automatically at at the women's pay-per-view? All right, another issue here. Shayna Baszler's been champion since, I believe, the weekend of WrestleMania 2. I think so, right, guys? I'm going to go with Kairi Sane. I think Kairi Sane beat Shayna Baszler, and then Shayna Baszler can win it back in October. Then you could do something like that. Just to get the belt on Kairi Sane because she was the first Mae Young Classic winner. You know what? Actually, I'm going to go Kairi Sane. I think Kairi Sane beat Shayna Baszler. That way, you could have the winner of the Mae Young Classic to come out and challenge Kairi Sane at the pay-per-view in October. So I'm going to go Kairi Sane beat Shayna Baszler. And then, you know what? If you want to, you can move Shayna Baszler up. But I wouldn't do that yet. But I'm going to go with Kairi Sane. So, the recap here for NXT, my predictions. I'm going EC3 beats Velveteen Dream. Going to go with Kairi Sane beats Shayna Baszler. Undisputed Era retained the tag team titles. Ricochet beats Adam Cole. And then Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano go to a no contest. Neither man reaches their feet. So it goes to a draw. Stating back to Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. Royal Rumble 2003. Their last man standing match ending. Now, let's move on to the show that nobody really cares about. Right off the bat, guys, I'm going to go like I told you guys. There's no Cena. There's no Undertaker. There's no Sasha Banks. There's no Bayley. There's no Asuka. There's no Ember Moon. There's no Sami Zayn. There's no Randy Orton. I mean, date back to a SummerSlam where Cena's not been on a SummerSlam. Date back to a SummerSlam that Randy Orton has never been on. Date back to a SummerSlam in recent memory where Undertaker's not been on. Like, this is new stuff, man. No Cena, no Orton, no Undertaker. Like, I think the streak was going for like how long? Since almost 10 years. No Cena, no Orton, no Taker. No Sasha, no Bayley, no Asuka. No Ember Moon. Like, how is Ember Moon not on this show? How is Sasha Banks not on the show? How is Asuka not on the show? Like, this is crazy, man. Let's just go ahead and get to these predictions right off the bat, man. Let's not waste too much more time with you guys. I mean, we're gonna go right off the bat. We don't pull no punches on our preview predictions. Let's just go to the main shit that we want to get over first. Okay, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. What do you guys do? Comment down below. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. The only interest we have in this match is to see the fucking outcome. Okay? They shocked us at WrestleMania. They shocked us at the Saudi Arabia event. I'm going to go with, honestly, guys, here. This ties into the Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman match. Off the bat, I'm telling you right now, I think Kevin Owens beats Braun Strowman. Because I think Vince McMahon sees Kevin Owens as a heel more than a babyface, which is kind of crazy. But this is what I would do. This is just me thinking right here, guys. What I would do, I'm going to tell you right now, I think Kevin Owens should beat Braun Strowman. In a type of cheating way, where he maybe like rolls up the tights or something, or has his feet on the rope, and he gets the 1, 2, 3 over Braun Strowman. Okay? Then you can have Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar. Out comes KO. KO cashes in. And then you have Roman and you have Braun Strowman chasing Kevin Owens, the champion. What do you guys think about that? That's what I would do right now. Kevin Owens is the Universal Champion. You have Strowman and Roman chasing after Kevin Owens. That's about what, 2 months of build right there. That could fill up your September. It could fill up your October. Where October, if you want to, you can have a triple threat Hell in a Cell match. Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Braun Strowman, triple threat Hell in a Cell match. I mean, come on now. Does that not intrigue you guys? I'm trying to intrigue you guys. But let's just go with what we think is going to happen. Hypothetical. That probably might not happen. Let's just go with what Vince McMahon probably has twirling in his mind. I think Vince is going to have Braun Strowman. But anyways, hold up. The leak stories coming from Meltzer and all them right there is Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. It's like the future plans for October. I don't think Vince is going to do that. I think what Vince is going to do is going to have Braun Strowman beat Kevin Owens. Have Kevin Owens come out. No, my bad. He's going to have Braun Strowman. My bad, guys. Is this what I want? I want Kevin Owens to win the briefcase so bad. But what I think Vince is going to do, he's going to have Braun Strowman beat Kevin Owens. Then he'll have Braun Strowman cash in on Roman Reigns, which will further your Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman match. And he'll turn Braun heel, which is stupid, because Braun should be a baby face, and you just turn Roman heel. But he's going to force his agenda again. He will turn Braun Strowman heel, and he'll have Braun Strowman versus your Roman Reigns. But, again, I'm going to go with my own predictions, because I'm going with my predictions. I think Roman Reigns beats Brock Lesnar. Bye, Brock Lesnar. Go do UFC shit. And I'm going to have Kevin Owens beat Braun Strowman. I'm going with my predictions here. I'm going with what I would do, Vince. All right. So we got that off the bat. We got Roman Reigns beating Brock Lesnar. We have Kevin Owens beating Braun Strowman. Let's just get rid of these matches that we don't give a fuck about out of the way first. Let's get them out the way. Hold up. Didn't the B team just already... Hold up. It's an up-to-date card, right? Yeah, this is as of today. Okay. So, didn't the B team just beat the Revival and the Hardys on freaking Raw? Why are they on the card? Okay, whatever. It's on the card. Whatever. Revival versus the B team. Revival beats the B team. Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. Finn Balor beats Baron Corbin. Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. Cedric Alexander retains. Ciamis and Selena Vega versus Rusev and Lana. Rusev and Lana win. Bobby Lashley's not on the card, is he? Wow, he's on. Wow, you pay Bobby Lashley $4 million, and the dude's not even on the freaking SummerSlam card. Oh my God, Vince, that has to be one of the biggest wastes of your career, bro. You pay to bring back Bobby Lashley $4 million. He's not even on the SummerSlam card against Elias. Wow. All right, let's continue these predictions. Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. Well, with the issue with Randy Orton allegedly taking out his junk and showing the creative team, I think Nakamura beats Jeff Hardy straight up clean. Bludgeon Brothers versus New Day. I could care less. I'm going with the Bludgeon Brothers beat the next. You know what? I'm going with the New Day. All right, let's get into the rest of the matches that we actually care about. All right. Ziggler versus Rollins. Now, as we all saw, Dean Ambrose came back on Raw, which I would have saved it for SummerSlam, but whatever. Vince wants to get some intrigue onto the show because he has no Cena, no Taker, no Orton, whatever. All right. This is a tough decision here because there's so many ways you can go with Dean Ambrose. But what I think Vince McMahon is going to probably do, again, always got to think like the old man. All right. So I'm going to go with this here. I'm going to say Seth Rollins beats Dolph Ziggler with help of Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins stay as a tag team for now because, again, the tag team division is so shitty on the main roster. They'll keep Ambrose and Rollins as a tag team for a couple more months. Probably until maybe, what? I'll say you keep Rollins and Ambrose a tag team until, what? November. Till Survivor Series weekend. Then you can pull the trigger on Ambrose turning heel on Rollins at the Royal Rumble. Okay? Then you can do your Rollins and Ambrose match at WrestleMania for the IC title. So, but then again, can you trust WWE to hold off of Ambrose and Rollins all the way into the Rumble? Like, do you have faith in the company to hold off on Ambrose and Rollins into the Rumble? Do you believe they can do that? That's what up debate, right? It's up for debate. Do you think they can do that? So I'm gonna go with Rollins beats Ziggler here. I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre turns on Dolph Ziggler, not Dean Ambrose. Because everybody's probably like, wait for Ambrose to turn heel on Rollins. No, I'm gonna think McIntyre turns on Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam. All right, let's go ahead and go with the SmackDown Women's Title match. Asuka, what have they done to you? You're not even on SummerSlam. You're not even on SummerSlam, Asuka. I'm gonna go off the bat. I say Charlotte here. Charlotte Flair beats Carmella and beats Becky Lynch. Further along the Becky Lynch versus further along the Charlotte Becky Lynch feud. Carmella, you had a reign since what? The night after WrestleMania on SmackDown. So you've been champion from what? April, May, June, July. You had a nice 4 months, Carmella. Give up the belt to the Queen. Which I think Charlotte will be a transitional champion until the pay-per-view when Becky Lynch will beat her. Alright. I'm trying to say the rest of the matches I care about in the order. Okay? Let's get ahead to Bliss versus my girl Ronda Rousey. The way they built up Alexa Bliss, I think Alexa Bliss is probably the best built woman from NXT. Comment down below, guys. I think Alexa Bliss is the best built woman from NXT. You can say, yeah, over Charlotte, yes. The way they've treated Alexa Bliss on the main roster, she's treated like she's the best built from NXT. So, that's why she's been paired to Ronda Rousey. Now, it's a lot of tricky situation here. There's a tricky situation. How long does this match last? There's no way, and The Rock means no way in hell, that Alexa Bliss should beat Ronda Rousey. There's no way. This match should not go past 2 to 3 minutes. Maximum 2 minutes. Physically. It should not go past 2 minutes. Now, will it go past 2 minutes? Yeah, I'm going to give Bliss and Ronda probably about maybe 10 minutes. Now, probably the first 4 to 5 minutes, you'll probably have Bliss running around the ring, trying to escape Ronda Rousey. And then maybe Nia Jax or Natalya come out, force Bliss back to the ring. And then Ronda gets the armbar in. Ronda beats Bliss. There's your ending right there. There's no way Ronda Rousey loses to Bliss here. There's no way. There's no way. It can't be, right? There's no way Ronda Rousey loses to Alexa Bliss, right? There's no way, right? There's no way. Of course there probably is a way. Listen here. All I have to give you guys plan Bs. Now, if you want to further Ronda Rousey winning the belt at the women's pay-per-view, which they're probably going to do that. Okay. The way you do this here is, man, that's tough, but do you have Natalya turn heel? Which I always thought Natalya would turn on Ronda Rousey. It's just a matter of when. Now that Natalya's unfortunate loss, her dad, Jim Neidhart died. Would you do it the heel turn now with Natalya? Which I always thought Natalya would turn on Ronda Rousey. But do you do it now and then Ronda Rousey versus Natalya at the next pay-per-view and then Ronda gets a rematch against Bliss at the pay-per-view in October? You know what? I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Bliss. Dang it. Actually, she can't beat. Actually, hold up. Yeah, maybe by DQ. We're going to go that. Ronda Rousey beats Bliss by DQ. Natalya interferes, costs Ronda the match. We're going to go with that. Bliss keeps the belt until October. We're going to go with that. All right. So, 2 more matches here to touch on, guys. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. Now, people out there were saying, has Daniel Bryan officially resigned with the company? He's resigned with the company, guys. There's no way they would have his own mode in 2K19 if he's not resigned with the company. So, he's resigned with the company. That means I'm going with The Miz to beat Daniel Bryan. Because I always thought this match here should be at WrestleMania, which it still can be. The Miz could cheat his way to beat Daniel Bryan. Bryan still wins the Royal Rumble. The Miz could beat AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. Something like that. But I always thought Daniel Bryan's comeuppance should be at WrestleMania, beating The Miz for the WWE title at WrestleMania. That's what I always thought this storyline ending should be at WrestleMania, which is what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to go with The Miz beats Daniel Bryan here. by a cheating way. Now, let's get to the real main event of SummerSlam, which is Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. Now, I've heard some people say this is not the greatest storyline again, which, I mean, Samoa Joe is trying. He is trying his darndest to build this storyline, which, it's okay. It's not great. At least it's better than Nakamura versus AJ Styles type storyline. So, all right, guys. Before we end this here, let's go ahead and get to the prediction of Joe versus AJ. AJ Styles is on the cover of 2K19. The game, I believe, comes out in October, right? What I thought they could do, you give Joe the belt. At worst case it's a month reign. At worst case, it's a month reign for Samoa Joe. Then you put the belt back on AJ Styles. But what I think WWE is going to do is I think this. AJ Styles will hold the belt until the game comes out. When the game comes out after that, boom, you can give the belt to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe runs with the belt for 2 to 3 months. Then you can put the belt back on AJ Styles. And then you have The Miz beat AJ Styles. But honestly, what I think they're going to do, I think AJ will beat Samoa Joe. But it's kind of tough, man. Like, Joe is really damn good. I mean, you didn't let him beat Brock Lesnar. Like, I think it's another situation of bad timing for certain people. Like, Samoa Joe should be champion. Like, he has earned to be champion. But it's like, damn, bro, you're in the wrong situation. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Fuck it. I'm going with Samoa Joe beats AJ Styles. I want it so bad because I think Joe has earned it so bad. He's been great at what he does. I mean, you know what? I'm going with the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. I think what's going to happen is AJ is going to get too caught up with, if you guys remember, what was it? Chris Jericho versus CM Punk. WrestleMania, I believe WrestleMania 28? Yeah, it was WrestleMania 28. If you guys remember when Chris Jericho got into CM Punk's head about the drinking, and Chris Jericho says, "Come on, Punk, your mom is an addict, your dad is an addict, your sister's an addict," and if CM Punk, like, used any weapons, he would get DQ'd and lose the belt. I think that's what Joe's going to try to do, where he's going to try to get into AJ's head and talk. AJ's like, "Your wife wants you home. You're a failure to your kids." And I think AJ's going to get too caught up. And then Samoa Joe is going to, boom, capitalize, get him to pass out to Coquina Clutch. Joe becomes the champion. And then, at worst case, Joe drops the belt at Hell in a Cell. Something like that. So, that's my predictions, guys. I'm going to go run through them for you guys one more time. I'm going Samoa Joe to beat AJ Styles. Roman Reigns to beat Brock Lesnar. Bliss keeps the belt over Ronda Rousey by DQ of Natalya interfering in the match. Going with Charlotte to beat Carmella and Becky Lynch. Going with The Miz to beat Daniel Bryan. Going with Seth Rollins to beat Dolph Ziggler, which will have Drew McIntyre turn on Dolph Ziggler. Going with Nakamura to beat Jeff Hardy. Going with Kevin Owens to beat Braun Strowman. Going with the New Day to beat the Bludgeon Brothers. And going with the Revival to beat the B-Team. And then going with Finn Balor to beat Baron Corbin. And going with Cedric Alexander to beat Drew Gulak. And going with Rusev and Lana to beat Almas and Siamas. So, that's my predictions, guys. You can comment down below. Let me know what you think of this Summer Scam. Not SummerSlam, as JD would call it. Summer Scam 2018. Comment down below. Who do you have? What are your preview predictions? We'll be doing a live reaction for SummerSlam this Sunday, so you guys can keep me awake so I don't fall asleep to this terrible show we're probably going to get. But listen here, if my predictions go this way, it won't be a bad show. It'll be at least a 6 or a 7 out of 10, if my predictions go this way. So, the best we can hope for is a 7 or a 6 out of 10 for this show. So, comment down below. Who do you guys have? What are your predictions? Again, catch you guys Sunday. Probably going live around 6:30. Yeah, because the show does start at 7. So, probably going live around 6:30 for the SummerSlam live reaction. So, catch you guys on Sunday. Hopefully, we can digest this. The Summer Scam 2018, people. Catch you guys later.
Yeah. DJ the Real. Yeah. way we put this shit together, you know what I mean?